My happiness is a long shot, short-lived. My greener grass grows one town away. The only holiday I take is a guilt trip. My first impression's always saving face. I'm good at crying when everything's alright. I'm empathetic long as it don't.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about for an hour. I'm just going to improv.
Yeah.
And I want to practice scootering. I texted Amy Schumer a lot, so she might be here. She never texts me back. If Amy Schumer shows up, I will punch her in the face. My friend just texted me, how did it go? I go to therapy to win.
You could save that for your second one. You could save it for the Netflix one.
I thought this was on Netflix.
It is.
I think we're going to get sued because you keep putting their logo on everything. I forgot. I wanted to come on the scooter because I was like, I could start with a joke, but that felt like too easy. Too predictable. Thank you all so much for coming. This is amazing. Thank you so much. I said to Molly right before backstage, I was like, I have to talk for how long? Like, I was like, I didn't think this through. I'll do a tight 5. I don't have. No, so I know I've been like marketing this or whatever as like my like hour-long comedy special. Psych, it's 4 hours. Anyway, it's more of like my preparation for my America's Got Talent audition. And you're supposed to clap. Thank you. For America's Got Talent last year. I don't know if any of you watched last season. I wasn't on it. But I realized my mistake though. My mistake was that I auditioned foolishly as like an 18-year-old adult lady. And I should have auditioned as a 12-year-old child. Because that's who wins. They do. I hate talented children. I hate them all. You guys seem fine, but I remember though, like, okay, because they're like the ones with like the stupid like sob story, right? Like they walk on like the mic stands like too high for them. Someone has to come and like lower the mic stand. They're like, that's okay. That's the least of my problems. And then they start. They're like, my mom was diagnosed with stage like 74 laryngitis. And then I sang and her throat just washed away with the ocean. We can't find it. There's one 12-year-old I hate in particular. There's one that really gets me going. I don't know if you remember, she won America's Got Talent in 2015. I don't know if any of you know her name. I don't want to hear her name. Her name is Grace Vanderwall. She won America's Got Talent in 2015. She came out, she looked like she was Taylor Swift's like cat. You know what I mean? So she started and she sang all original songs, which like I would say is great. But like for example, like this was the first song that she sang. I brought a ukulele from the West Village to just slam a 12-year-old. That's what happened. Okay, this is the first song she sang. I don't know my name. I don't play by the rules of the game. Let's dissect. There's a lot there. Okay, so the first line of the song. I'll repeat it. I don't know my name. This 12-year-old doesn't know her name. And there's a panel of judges in front of her with info packets about her, and none of them say anything, so she has to go to a what? To a thank you, to a second line. play by the rules of the game. What game? Kickball, you're 12. So, I don't know. And I know what you're thinking, like, come on, like, that's like kind of deep for a 12-year-old. Whatever. That's like, and like, I'm sure that there's like a good arc. Like, I'm sure there's a good like story arc. Okay, this is like the last line of the song. Now I know my name. Really? It took you 3 minutes to ask someone? Okay, so next week is my birthday. I will be turning 12. And this is the song that I'm going to sing for America's Got Talent as a 12-year-old child. It's still on this like little guitar. I don't know. They don't have other ones, I guess. I'm 12 and blonde, and that's enough for me to ride on. But I'll still sing this stupid song that I wrote when I was young, before my mom died of cancer, getting hit by a bus. They happened simultaneously. Here, play it on the TV. This will get votes. Whoops, I mean, I'm so sad about it. Mom, and I'm gonna go viral tonight, like a parasite. The next line rhymes. I just learned how to in school, and you're all fools. I can only sort of sing, and I've been playing the same 4 chords on this thing the whole song. But you play along. 6 strings. I only have 4 fingers. Vote for me. People clap a lot, and I look shocked. What, me? But I'm not. I'm not. Simon Cowell wipes a tear away, cause he just cashed in his payday, but it's all part of my plot, and I play it off like I don't know what I'm doing, but if I don't win, my dad says we're suing, so screw the magician and the guy who swallows ammunition. They've trained for 40 years, but they knew it was over when the school bus got here. And I'm gonna come out on top, even though I'm 4'8", cause if my voice drops, then it'll be too late, and I'm gonna go viral tonight. My future's so bright, brighter than yours. The next line rhymes. I just won $1 million. I don't need to rhyme. Oh, it's yours. And one day I'll be old like you, and I'll hate people like me too, but for tonight, I'm 12 and blonde, and you play along. Thank you for your suspension of disbelief. I'm not 12. Crazy, right? Active. She doesn't even go to Tisch. I'm not 12. Actually, my birthday is next week. That was the one true thing I'll say. I'm turning 20 though, which like sounds like a lot, but I also know like isn't. Because I could already vote. I still can't train. I guess I can't have a teenage pregnancy anymore, which is disappointing. Dream lost. There's gonna be a vlogger. Anyway. So no, I guess I don't know. It's more like my teenage angst is just like turning into like regular angst. Or, like as my therapist calls it, like generalized anxiety disorder. So it's fine. I don't know. think that I'm like really like stable. They think that I always like know what I want to do. And I'm not. Like I'm pretty unstable. I think you'll realize that in the next hour we have together. Stop nodding. But yeah, because comedy, I'm going into comedy, and it's just like an inherently like unstable field, right? Because like, how am I gonna like, I don't know, how am I gonna like do comedy and have dogs and earn Starbucks rewards? The keyword is earn. But I don't know. But like I cover that up with a lot of like self-praise. Like verbal self-praise. I don't know what the other kind is, but just mine's verbal. But like for normal things, like not for anything worthy. Okay, so like for example, like let's say a professor like assigns homework. Are you all following? Amazing, you're brilliant. And I go home and I do the homework. Thank you. And then the next class, I bring the homework back to school. Hold me applause, I'm just a person. No matter what, when the professor is like, can you please take out your homework? I'm always like, I didn't do the homework, I'm so stupid, like I didn't bring it back to school, but of course I didn't, I'm so dumb. And then the second that I see it in my backpack, the actual thought that goes through my brain, if I don't just say it out loud, is just, am I a fucking hero? Am I an American legend? Like, I don't know. Or like if I'm driving down the street and there's a cop coming down the other way and I don't have to slow down. Am I a national treasure? Like, I don't know. It's because though, okay, the only form of stability I have in my life are traffic signs. Like when I see speed limit 30, I think structure. Or like, okay, for example, I'm like a very competitive person. Just about things that aren't just like Monopoly. But I can lose at Monopoly. I just can't lose in life. Anyway, so we digress. So I'm a very competitive person, which I think stems from the fact that if you look up my high school on Urban Dictionary, it just says where the grades are high, the kids are high, and the suicide, anxiety, and depression rates are higher. So I'm a little competitive. And when I was home in Chicago, I was driving one day and I was like freaking out about like, you know, like if I'm going to grad school, like what I'm doing, like am I just a clown with less makeup? And you're like, you're wearing a lot of makeup. But then I saw the sign and it just said, left turn only. And I was like, thank you for guiding me through this decision. Or like I was driving, and again, like very, very competitive. Like, and then I was just worried about like, am I doing better than everyone else? Am I doing better than you? And I saw the sign and it just said, no passing. And I was like, I am where I'm supposed to be. Like, thank you, Forest Way. That joke runs better in Chicago because they know where Forest Way is. You don't drive here. Anyway, but then the other day, well, not the other, I'm lying, it was like 2 years ago. How many times was it the other day? How much have I done this week? That's stupid. Like 2 years ago, I was driving in Chicago. I don't know if any of you remember this sign and its anarchy. But I was driving and I saw this sign and it said, lane closed ahead. Expect delays. Use Pratt if possible. Did my traffic sign just give me an option? Like, everything in my life goes to shit. My husband leaves me in 20 years. All of my fish die. I don't have fish. But if I did, they would be dead. Because suddenly we live in a world where traffic signs can be passive aggressive. Okay, it was as bad as me. It was like, whatever works for you. No, whatever's good. And can you imagine the signs as I got closer to where the lane was closed? The next sign was just like, you're just gonna stay? Next sign. Okay. And then the sign right before the link closed, and it's a fucking mess because nobody felt so motivated to take Pratt, and it just says, ignoring the signs, Trump's America. I'm a little unstable. Because here's the other reason I'm a little unstable. We're gonna get to so many. Is because, like, people think that I have known what I wanted to do all of my life. They're like, you were born going to NYU. I wasn't born in the Lori Loughlin family. Anyway, I don't even know if I'm talking about okay. So, no, but people think I just always knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a country singer until I was 16 years old. Until I was 16. I had recorded half of a studio album. Like, I was like, Mom, I'm gonna make it, I have to do it right. Like, I should correct. It wasn't so much a country album, it was 10 songs I said pickup truck once. But I used it well. Would it have been weirder if I didn't use it? Wouldn't have you graduations. Anyway, so, I'm just mad that you saw that not work. I don't need the wire over there, okay. I don't know, it always made me a little sad that, because, okay, like when I was 15, I thought that right now I would be like at Vanderbilt, like pursuing my country girl dreams. Like if 15-year-old me knew that I was like in New York going to NYU filming like a 1-hour comedy special in New York City, she'd be so fucking pissed. She'd be like, where did I go wrong? So I kind of want to like pay homage, as French say, to my 16-year-old self. And so this is, and I just figured like it'd be kind of like fun to just like play one more country song to just send it off. So you'll like do me the honor. I just want to do that. Just kidding. I'm not going to sing a country song. That'd be so weird. I just wanted you to see I can play the guitar. I can. I'm all over the place. I'm a mental case. Wait, no, I take that back. Irony. They say without a doubt I've got it figured out. But let's backtrack. Vibes. What do I really know except that I'll be poor on a New York floor with my new pet rat? I didn't buy the rat. It came with the apartment. On my waitressing shift, I'll eat leftover chips, I'll live off tips, and my bar mitzvah money. What a predicament I found myself in just cause I think I'm funny. Everyone's funny, not some people suck. What do I really know? Didn't I want to go to Vanderbilt like 9 months ago? You all say that I got it down to a T, don't you see, laughs don't pay. Accepting free burgers and free booze that I can't drink. I won't forget how you said I had it all figured out. As I'm crashing on your couch, 30 years old, too old, and chapped. So I walk through the halls and blend in with the walls, and I'm gonna explode. If one more of you only talks to me just to hear a joke, I'm like, also there's this new stuff I've been wanting to try. It's like 5 minutes now. Okay, bye. You all say that I'll make it, I just need to take it. But life's not legally blonde. You'll be making big bucks, they never give up. My beat won't turn on. It's New York, you need heat. It's a third. And I know you mean best, but could you say it a little bit less? You don't know the hell that I'm signing up for. There'll be lows. Cause what comedian has ever been happy except the bad ones who just won't happen? I watch Glee so that I can cry. Those were my plans last Tuesday night. Like I weighed against other options. I was like, there's this party going on where I can watch Glee and cry. I picked the latter. My grandma says grass don't grow under my feet, and I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. The only place my headshot's been is Tinder. Laugh alone while I scroll through my own Twitter, and I don't know what's next. Thought I was a kid, thought this was a game. Why does everyone trust me? Can I do the same? This should be a funny song about singing funny songs. Am I doing funny wrong? Don't want you to sing along. 'Cause my whole dream is attention. Want you to pay attention. So pay attention. 'Cause my whole plan is sharing rent with the rat in the bathroom, because I can rely on my inherent privilege to cushion any fallback. My therapist won't call back, 'cause she said I had it all figured out. I'm getting tired carrying all this cloud. Arrogance. I'm so stable. So if you couldn't tell by my instability, I am Jewish. You know, I'm Jewish if you can't tell by my general lack of shame. But I'm looking for an NJV for a nice Jewish boy. And they don't even have to be practicing. Like, non-practicing is fine. Like, Bernie Sanders level is fine. Bernie Sanders would be fine. I don't care. No, so I downloaded JDate, which was a lot. I quickly found out that you have to pay to do anything on JDate, which is stupid, because Jews aren't going to pay for that. So, you know, like, there's no one named like Jacob in Israel like paying $10 a month to say shalom. It's not happening. So I deleted that. Or I didn't delete it, I just use it less. But I downloaded like Bumble and Hinge, because now on Bumble and Hinge, you can, that made it sound like one word, it was like Bumble and Hinge, okay. Not a C. Now on Bumble and Hinge, you can set up filters for who you see in your feed. You can set up to like 2 filters based on like their political affiliation, or like their religious belief, or like their star sign if you're annoying. And so I have 2 filters set up. So I only see Jewish guys, and I only see Jewish guys over 5'10", which is narrow the pool. And I'm upset that I'm that person that has a height like thing on a dating app. But like, I'm 5'8", and NJVs run short. So, like, my friend has one, she's like, found him, and or something, and he's like 5'3", which, like, fine. Like, you can be that. Like, here's my permission. But she sent me a picture of them, and it was like, they were in like formal clothes, and she had like her arm around him, I guess it's like down here, and it looked like she was like his aunt at his bar mitzvah. It's not what I want. It's not what I want. I found an NJV for a little bit. I rented one. It's not as illegal as I know. I just found it was fun. I found him for a little bit. I found an NJV. He had like the pinnacle NJV name. I feel like you guys would like guess it. Don't overthink it. Most Jewish name.
David.
Thank you very much. I was so scared. Yeah. No, thank you. Let's go. It was David. I can see I was so sure that would work. I had plans in the audience. I was like, you're gonna be fine. Like, they're gonna get it. She wasn't. Okay. You don't know if you should believe me or not. Anyway. So you know, his name was David, but guys, his name was David Bergstein. Like, I did it. It didn't even work out. Like, I didn't No, No, it's okay. It's okay that it didn't really work out with David Bergensteinstein. I was sad that it didn't work out with his apartment. Because, okay, so first off, he lived in the financial district. I know, money. That's the whole thing. And he lived in the financial district. I walked in to the apartment lobby, and I was like, this is a grown-up apartment. Like, I walked in, and I was like, is that insulation? That's hot. And I walked up, there was like I had to sign in like a doorman. Or they called it something else. They called it like concierge. And so I walked up to him and I was like, hi, and he was like, oh hello, like what's your? He wasn't British, but it's funnier for like right now. And so I walked up and he was like, what's your name? And I was like, what the fuck is my name? And just this one. And I was like, it's Olivia Beth Shea Rockman the first. And he was like, the first? And I was like, there are lots of people in my family with names different than I. And so I am the first. He let me up anyway. I later found out Dylan Sprouse lived from Sweet Life Zach and Cody lived in the apartment above him. Should have married him. Can you imagine walking down the aisle just being like, this is the sweet life, like. I walked in though. Okay. When I walked into his apartment, I have never been so clear on what someone's accent color was. Consequently, I've never been so turned on. So, I walked in, this is how this went. I walked in and he was like, hey, how are you? And I was like, teal. It's teal, right? And so seriously guys, I walked in and it was like the table mats were teal, the pillows were teal, the dog was teal. Okay? Right, like my uterus just like turned teal to match. Just like reproductive instinct. And so first off, okay. He had an accent chair. I know, ladies, being pregnant is just me. Anyway. My parents weren't allowed to come to me. So he had an accent chair, and on the accent chair, he had an accent blanket. It was like white faux fur, because like we're posh, but we're PETA. And he had it like draped on the chair. Like, I don't know how to say this without getting it wrong. He had the accent blanket like draped on the chair, like on a diagonal. Does this guy have a PhD in wooing women that live in NYU dorms? That's the context you're missing. He had his TV on a TV stand, not on the floor. So then you could do that. It's in the name, I guess. And meanwhile, there was like an angelic like hue of teal coming out of the TV. And I later found out, because it wound up being that there was like a light behind the TV that like you couldn't see, like I saw, so I was like, what the fuck is going on back here? And it was this like teal light that just like radiated like an aura of teal around the TV. Like he could have been anyone at that point. I wouldn't have cared. He could have been like, I should tell you, like, I've committed a lot of arson. I would have been like, but how'd you pick the steel? No, that's enough. He made dinner, he made chicken with a side of teal. Sorry, am I overdoing the teal thing? He didn't, it was perfectly balanced. I knew it wasn't going to work out when my friend recommended to me that we go on a date to Color Me Mine, that place where you like paint a cat, like a clay cat. Whatever. And I was like, I don't want to, because I don't want to have to talk to him for another 10 to 12 days while I wait for the glaze to fire. So, which is a weird way to find out you have commitment issues. And a waste of $22. it did not work out with Shlomo, but I was talking to someone else after who wasn't Jewish, first mistake, never again, and and this is what he said to me. This is how I know that can't go back. He said, "I'm not Jewish, but I've been inside of a Cohen." If you don't know, so Cohen is like a super Jewish last name. If you don't know, because you're like German. Just the flawless transition of, oh no, the car's so far away. So this is a song that I wrote. This is like my mating call to NJBs. If you don't know that song, you can't date me. Hava, Nargila, Jade, where I'll meet 'em, Shalom's, how I'll greet 'em, wanna go to Cast. Took me dating all those boys to focus on nice Jewish boys, so let's all holla, make some noise, can I wear your little hat? Else I left if you quote Christ, I ain't got sins to sacrifice, Torah and chill, get that brisket slice, if you say your name was David, same. I'm not saying what you should believe, but if you wanna be with me, then you have got to be an NJB. No, those altar boys don't catch my eye, though I guess I'm not a priest, pedophilia. NJB, and if you're uncircumcised, don't try to play, cause a hood up front, that ain't God's way. I don't think I'm asking for too much by trying to find a Moses schmuck. I tried my rabbi, but no such luck. At least God lets rabbis fuck. What a funny prank. Right? Like he was like, you want to start your own religion, you fucking prick? No sex. And I got nothing against Rabbi Christ. I'm just saying my kids won't have blue eyes. And I can't bring a Buddhist home. I'd be disowned when he said, oh, and I wish this weren't the case. I've limited my options, taking this precaution, because in all of human race, I'm looking for a mensch. Didn't think it'd be a schlep to find an NJB. And I know Muslims don't eat pork, but one serve me chicken with a dairy fork. NJB, take your clean shave the other way, cause I am not out here to be saved. I never thought I'd end up this way. The first guy I kissed turned out to be gay. But he was Orthodox, so it's okay. I mean, not for him. It's not accepted. We're not gonna fix that like right now. So anyway, if you're an NJB, hit me up and I'll call you Shmo while I run my hands through that Jufro. NJB, and I should say something about the nose, cause that's the joke that always grows. Don't try and lie, your Gentile showing. And don't tell me you've been inside a Cohen. There's a callback. Shalom. Hey guys. I'm still here. I feel like this is a good room to ask this question. Anyone here go to NYU? Ooh, I can hear the dead. I do. I go to NYU, where we pay for air. I made that joke because it kind of, like, for a while I just made a joke because I was like, that like kind of just sounds like kind of funny. But this year I am paying for air. I live in a single in a dorm right now, and my wall doesn't go up to the ceiling because then my AC unit can circulate through the whole common space. I'm paying for air. Thank you so much. I'm actually paying for air at this point. I manifested it last year. I came true. There are some people here though at this school. Not here. None of them are here. There are some people at the school who are not paying anything. Not because of scholarships. We don't have those. There's now free tuition for Langone medical students that are studying to be physicians. The heroes of NYU, not detractors. They don't have to pay a cent. You'll see why I'm going to chat. I'm just going to take a little water. I don't know how you guys felt when this was announced. This is basically what I thought. Did you hear what the med students got? Did you hear what the med students got? Hey, yo, I'm just gonna say it because I still got a patient and I want what the med students got. I have fears doing it and I sleep at Tish because I can't pay for dorms after my tuition. You see, the problem is I'm bringing art into this world I'm met. I gotta wonder if I were the bird, would I prefer my own bed? I'm a psych student at Cass, still gotta cut a check. I'm making people better, got a letter, says I'm in debt. Only 19, but my credit is over. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I have learned to manage. I don't have a buck to lavish, no meal, plain girl, I'm famished. The plan is to pay this debt up till I'm dead. No, everything has changed because of school come a med. They are the LA, NG, ON, E, NY, UA. Ever been free, essentially, they charge all relentlessly. Someone rich said, JK, for physicians it's free. $1 sign hanging high on the school of nursing. Here laughs in response to psychiatry. Lengthy in parentheses, don't be shocked when I sell both of my kidneys. I would lay down the arts for this med degree. Eventually, you'll see my bankruptcy. And did you hear what the med students got? Did you hear what the med students got? Hey, yo, I'm just gonna say it because I still got a patient and I want what the med students got. They got. Did you hear what the med students got? But I still got a run and I want what the med students got. Hi, my name is Claire and I'm in Gallatin. I study neuroscience hugs in mandolin. My shit. I say I'll never win. When I leave, I'll probably fall back into the loony bin. No, I'll be a music technician, but I'll need Kanye on my tracks to pay this tuition. I'm joining the music biz, but I know there's no chance I'll socially advance with only change in my pants. I will think. The only reason it's even free is because even doctors can't afford to get a degree. You and I do or die, but I'll be dead for sure since you're an MD, debt free, and I don't have insurance. Or what geniuses, they don't know the bursts are, and I can't be the only one that finds this sort of bizarre. The ones who make the bank when they're gone are also the ones who accepted a 50K coupon. What they check what Stern got. Reading through these books that do nothing but mock finances 101, out earning everyone. But hey, I ain't seen a cent, not since I first begun. What are the odds the gods would put us all in one spot? Millions of the long thinking about what they bought. Bunch of revolutionary contribution philanthropists. Give me a free coffee or just Venmo me by accident. Want to know the worst part? There aren't med students here. Too busy with work to give time and money to the theater. But I promise they'll hear loud and clear when we all do in the park Shakespeare. For my laundry and my dinner, please pay up. I need money for the printer, so pay up. You're gonna be a breadwinner, so pay up. When will we not have to pay up? 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 I'm a Langone grad who's in class of 2018, the last year before it's free. In my sleep, I count daffers to see if I were born later just 4 years or if I would have them free. Did I live a past life where I killed puppies? I never thought that I would even care. That to become a doctor leaves you in despair. Ask anybody why we fast track, never slack is where insomniacs to pay tuition back. Time can't spare, so scratch that. This is not a gift, it's a fuck you to every penniless doctor who just last came through. So cash my check, can't donate, got nothing left. I'm rolling like a kid, my razor scooter can't be missed, and will anyone get in again without donating enough to pay for the next class? Or will the bill you shed begin an endless cycle of checks and no shop for who needs access? I know it seems like I want it to just be fair, but really, if it were for me, I wouldn't care. God, I swear I'm willing. Once you take care of my financial situation, I know it's selfish, but I want a negotiation. I pass patiently when you know I'm overpaid. It's nauseating just because they wind up operating. I'm laughing in the face of my degree. How's it so that some of us will never give up our own dough? And did you hear what the med students got? Did you hear what the med students got? students here with the next student, Scott. No, okay, that's a lot to remember though, right? I remember lots of words. I'm just trying to remember like what to say next. That's right, we can edit this. Ronnie's my target. Ronnie, what's next in the script?
It just says, Liv does 1 hour of stand-up. It is excellent, and she forgets nothing at all.
Thank you, Ronnie. I pretended to do a bit where I forgot, but I already brought the chair over. Like I already clearly know what needed to happen. That was dumb. I have a sticker on my helmet that says "Art is a lie, nothing is real." It's Burnham, but that's because right now. No, we'll just chat. You guys have not contributed much to this conversation. It's okay, don't start. So, I don't know, I guess I can go back to hating kids. I feel like it landed. I don't like have sympathy for kids. Like I have sympathy for them as people. I don't have sympathy because I'm not like a sociopath, but I don't have sympathy for them like as like children. Like people are like, oh, like she's just a kid. Like they're short adults. Like they can get over it. I guess they can't because they're little. But I don't know, it just like, okay, for example, like my mom and I, the other day, my mom and I, like 3 years ago, were driving, and there was this kid, like, learning how to ride a bike. And my mom was like, that's so cute. And I was like, that kid sucks at riding a bike. It's not, I can ride a bike so much better. So yeah, I just don't have a lot of sympathy for them. Oh my god, a piano. I don't even play. So I like dogs though. Woo! I played with the dog right before this to like calm down. Love him, adopted him, he's in my dorm. Sorry guys. Anyway, so yeah, so I love dogs, and whenever somebody's like, oh my god, it looks so cute, and it's a baby, like I usually stop talking to them and end the friendship. Those aren't the kind of values that I look for in a friend. Which is kind of controversial. Like I know people are like, babies over dog. It's not how I feel. And I wrote this song to try to convince you of that. Oh my god, I didn't even know I could play piano. It's crazy. People think that I'm a monster, 'cause I wish that you had 4 legs instead of 2, and they stick around much longer. If all you needed from me was something to chew. People ban a dog that barks once while babies cry for 3 years, while kids sit in their own shit. My dog can clean his ears and but I'd rather bring dogs to restaurants and leave babies in the yard. That kid should learn from that pup that sleeping for 8 hours just isn't that hard. You need a note from a therapist to bring a dog on the plane, but the dog on CBD sleeping next to the screaming baby isn't why most people complain. It's the screaming baby. Right, no one's ever like, there was this dog like out on drugs next to me, was so annoying. They're like, there was this baby next to me, I wanted to drug it. I was on a plane once, thank you, and this mom sat down next to me with like a newborn baby, I know. And it's fine, the baby wasn't crying or anything, it was just making like little baby sounds because it was like bad at talking. And the mom kept looking at me whenever the baby made a noise, I guess to see if I was gonna like hit it yet. And finally the mom looked at me and I looked at her and I was like, don't worry about it, like it's totally fine. And she was like, thank you so much, like I really appreciate that. And I was like, I am a hero. And then I saw her look at me again, and I was like, uh-oh, I thought we were done talking. And she turned to me and she goes, this is actually her first flight. And I know what I was supposed to say. Like, I know I was supposed to be like, that's amazing, like, where is she going, even though we're on the same plane? But, like, that's not what I said. Because the only thing that came to my brain when this mom said, this is her first flight, like, the only thing I could think to say was just, I've been on lots of flights. You can breed your dog, but it's illegal to breed children. Someone tell me how Cruella de Vil isn't the most evil villain. And as I come to a close on this whole song, I'd like to offer my apologies to all of my employers and NYU. Please don't take away my education degree. I'm an education major, so that bodes well. How are we feeling on the stable scale? After that. So I feel too woo. Just all the time. No, it's okay, I'm in therapy. It's okay. I go to therapy, but I'm really bad at it. And I know that people are like, you can't be bad at therapy. Like, my mom's a therapist, I sort of have some expertise. I'm bad at therapy. I'm bad at therapy because I spend the whole time trying to win. And I'm usually the only one playing. It's true, I spend the whole time, I'm like always paranoid that they're like analyzing me, which is dumb because I'm paying them to do that. But okay, for example, like when I was back in Chicago, I had this therapist, and once I told her that I feel like more in control when I'm standing versus sitting. Go figure. And she was like, yeah, I noticed that you never sit in the waiting room. And I was like, that is out of bounds. The session starts when I hand you a check, Mary. So, I'm very bad at it. And so when I was coming back to New York this fall, I told my therapist that I wanted to find a new therapist in New York. So we made a list. We made like a list of all the things I was looking for in a new therapist. Which is weird because it's like sitting with like an ex-boyfriend and like making a list of like what they could have been. Like I was like, well, you weren't really this, so I guess I want that. She was like, okay, thanks for the feedback. She's not a therapist anymore. Anyway, so I remember I got to the end of the list and I looked at it and the list just said like, cold, not over emotional, and mean. And I can't tell if I was describing a sociopath or my high school theater teacher. I don't know, both make sense. Finding a new therapist sucks though. Finding a new therapist is like dating around therapists, like dating around people. Because it's like a first date is like a first session, right? Like you present this like really polished version of yourself. Like you say all the same things, like you just try to make sure they don't think you're crazy. You get diagnosed and medicated, just being weird. But I think, okay, so when at the beginning of the semester, I was sort of like doing I was dating around men and therapists. She has it all, and I got like kind of overwhelmed. And I wrote a song about trying to pick one, but I'm not going to tell you about if this was trying to pick a therapist or trying to pick like a guy. I want you to try to figure it out because I think we have underestimated love songs. I think that a lot of like the love songs that we like know and love. I think they might be about therapists and not about, I'll just say not about people. Sorry, Mom. No, about like therapists and not about like significant others, people. For example, and there's a side to you that I never knew all the things you'd say, they were never true, all the games you play, you would always win. Okay. There's a side to you that I never knew. I don't know shit about not my therapist. I don't even know what she does for a living. And then all the games you play, you would always win. A little on the nose, Adele. Great. Next one. I know, you're not convinced. It's okay. And you stood there in front of me, just close enough to touch, close enough to hope you couldn't see what I was thinking of. Okay, therapist office, you're very small. Close enough to touch. I could slap her if I leaned. Close enough to see, to hope you couldn't see what I was thinking of. If they know what you're thinking of, they win. Thank you, Taylor. Here, this one will convince you. This is the last one. Okay. You're having my baby. What a lovely way of saying how much you love me. It's been a weird year. Don't ask questions. So this is the song that I wrote. Again, I want you to try to figure out like it's about like men or therapists or like people, I don't know, just like try to figure it out, okay? It's peppy, which is meant to confuse you. We met one on a Friday, it was rainy so we stayed inside. I met the next on Sunday and with them I just couldn't hide. And we sat there together for what felt like forever. And I said everything on my mind. They said, can I see you again? Cause I can't be your friend. No, I'm drawing the line. Am I talking about men or therapists? Did it end with a check or did it end with a kiss? Sometimes let's go together, prostitution. Was I across a room or across a bed? You listened to everything I said. And I'm still unstable, sometimes nothing works. Did I file insurance after I left? Either way, I texted fuck you to my ex. And canceled my cable. Either cause he has it or cause I paid her, now I can't afford it. Now it's been 2 years and you've met my dog. Sometimes you spend an hour with my mom and just talk things through. Like, should I stay with you or find someone cheaper? Still can't be either because prostitution again. Am I talking about therapists or men? I know I'll have to go further if I see them again. Either with my body or with my mind. They've both given me waivers to sign. And I'm just looking for that person. But how can I be certain that they won't make my daddy issues worsen? Am I talking about men or therapists? Is this song anti-feminist? If I'm paid for sex, either way it got me over my ex. You let me talk to you. I hope you're a Jew. Okay, so I wanted to poll about if you thought that was about men or therapists. So if you thought it was about men, make noise. Listen. If you thought it was about a therapist, make some noise. It was neither. It was a comedic vehicle meant to show you guys are really bad at this. I feel like that was my first guess. Like we got there. Okay. Audience participation never runs any risks. No, speaking of, make some noise if you're a millennial. Woo! Do you want a participation trophy? I don't have one. I'm not a millennial, I'm in Gen Z. I was born in 1999, the cutoff for millennials is 1998. According to the study that best supports what I want to say. Welcome to Fox News. But my brother's a millennial. You guys probably know him. Alex, okay. He's a millennial, and he's doing that like stupid millennial thing right now. He's like looking for a job. And I feel bad because there are all these articles about how millennials are like failing at everything in the world. Granted, of course, they're being written by the people who built the world they're failing in. Details, who needs them? Not Fox. So anyway, I wrote this song in solidarity with the millennials. You're welcome. I don't know if you know this, but the A in millennial actually stands for ally. You are welcome. Wait, that's off. This is my feedback for growth to this guitar. I got it. Anyway, live theater. So this is a song that I wrote about millennials and how I'm glad I'm not one. I was born in 1999, and it seems like that was just in time to not have the whole world mad at me for using avocados instead of cream cheese on toast. Thought there were bigger issues in the world, but what do I know? I'm 19. And I was almost gluten-free, and I don't even have that disease. I almost didn't want a 401k. I almost took a job for a year and didn't stay. We're not the boss yet. And it's world of white privilege, male privilege, 1999 privilege. I've got credibility that I don't deserve just because you were born first. But like white people and men, I'll abuse that privilege over and over again to find jobs. Because millennials are lazy. According to the 80-year-olds who won't retire, therefore open space in the workforce. Details. Seems the economy's run out of people to blame, and that orange guy, he can't legislate. So let's blame the 23-year-olds who wake up late because they don't own any real estate. But $8 doesn't buy a house, but it buys avocado toast. So if you're hungry and can't buy a house anyway, then it seems that the toast would be worth the most. If you take selfies, you can't buy a house. If you eat toast, you can't buy a house. Sorry. If you quit your job after only 2 years because there's another job with more money elsewhere, and your current boss won't give you a raise because no one respects the retirement age. So you take the new job for way more money, and your grandparents say you don't have loyalty, but you can buy a house. Congrats, it's lovely. And I'm happy I'm not one of you, but I know in 4 years I'll have to reap what I've just sown. And Gen Z is no better. We've grown up spilling the tea. Our schools are filled with Snapchat and AR-15s. The world is standing on its dying, but the cars they're flying. Only finding left and swiping, only talking when typing. The point is, we're all fucked up. So let's just eat some gluten-free avocado toast and shut up. I've been talking for so long. You're like, yeah. You're like, we were thinking it. But I won't let you talk, so you can't say it. Anyway, I have both microphones, power move. So I am, as the show says, I am a blonde. I was diagnosed as blonde. Yeah, bad outcome rate on that one. I was diagnosed as blonde at the age of 8. I was in 3rd grade, and I was in 3rd grade, and my teacher one day released us by hair color, which was the most racist thing she could do. And in all my school was 6 Jewish kids. She was like, the blondes go first, and I was like, is this the 40s? And so she was like, the blondes can go, and I stayed seated. And she walked up to me, and she was like, what the fuck are you still doing here? And she was like a burger geezer, that's not what she said. It was more like this, it was like, hey you bitch ass motherfucker. What are you doing? And I was just like, oh. I was like, I have brown hair. And she was like, you have blonde hair. And I was like, oh. And suddenly my world started to spin. Like I would like opportunities opened up. I was like, can I be a pharmaceuticals rep? Like just change. It turns out okay, so then fast forward to when I was 15 and I never stopped thinking about it, clearly. I was getting a haircut and I turned to the person cutting my hair and I was like, Laura, you gotta level with me. What color is my hair? And she was like, you're a level 7 blonde. And I was like, does that mean I killed enough blondes to level up to 7? And she was like, no, we should talk about that. And so it turns out it turns out there is a chart. There is a chart that has all of the hair colors from level 1. Is it back here? Amazing. Thank you very much. Yeah. Welcome to my PowerPoint. There's a chart that has all the hair colors. Red hair's not on here because like Darwinism's gonna take him out. So level 1 is the darkest black, and level 12 is the lightest blonde. So I was told I was a level 7 blonde, and I'm a dark blonde. And which kind of sucks because it means that I have like the worst of both worlds. So like I'm blonde enough, like my IQ is a little low, but I'm brunette enough that I'm not like having more fun than anyone. Kind of just balances out to depressed. Which is fine, because like I need to be depressed to be a comedian, right? Like that's why you came. People watch comedians because they're like sadder than them. It's like why you watch reality television, right? Like you're like watching reality television and you're like, okay, but she has more cats than me. Like I'm fine, Mr. McStuffins, don't come at me. So, because no one likes a happy comedian. Right? No one likes it because okay, like there was a happy comedian, or I presume, that went to this mic and like this was like basically it. There's like an open mic. This was like basically, or this is what I imagine it would have been if I had stayed. She walked up and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm up here! I can't believe I'm up here! Tiffany, are you filming?" That's Tiffany. Oh my God, Tiffany, stop flashing me. Sorry guys. Okay, I was at brunch the other day. It was my birthday, 22 years young. And I told the story and they were like, you're so funny, you should do stand-up. So here I am on a Tuesday. And oh my God, okay, so I have this story. It's like the funniest story ever. So I was walking the street. It was my birthday. I have 2 birthdays. And oh my God, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Martha with an S, put it anywhere. I don't care. And I was walking on the street on my like 2nd birthday, and I saw at the end of the sidewalk there was like something shiny, and like Tiffany know how I am with shiny things, right? Like ding. So I like walked over to it, and I thought it was a dime, and right, and I was like, that's crazy because I'm 10 cents away from paying off my debt. Like thanks, Dad. So I started walking up to it, guys. It turns out this is the funny part. It turns out it wasn't a dime. It was a quarter. It was a quarter. And then I picked up the quarter, and then there's Ryan Gosling's naked body under it. And I was like, Martha, I want you to die, and I'm blonde, so I'm peppy. So it balances out. So no one likes. You're glad and sad. Thank you. So it's my therapist. It pays for her heat. We're coming to a close. We're coming to a close soon enough. Aw, they said. We're coming to a close, but I do have a little bit more. A lot of people tell me that I'm too humble. Thank you. A lot of those people are here at this hour-long time slot I reserve for myself to talk. I just think humility is such like an amazing trait. And I really admire myself for that. So this is a song that I wrote about being like too humble. And if you could just like wait till the end to applaud, it'll be tempting. It's very good. People say I won't succeed. won't succeed if I'm too humble and sweet. People say I should take credit for my hilarious jokes, but I'm too embarrassed to let anyone know that I can sing and I can act and I can play the guitar and a lot of other things that will take me really far. Humble and sweet, that's what they say about me. I mean, I would never say it about myself, that'd be ridiculous. Just quoting people directly. I trade my name small in the corner in Times New Roman font before I send my whole family my brand new headshot. And I don't need a spotlight, thank you, but please, this whole stage is lit and you're all looking at me. What's left to say? Except, I feel so lucky that you're lucky to be here with me and all of my humility. And I thank you in advance for your kind words and all. I can never accept them, but no donation is too small or too big, whatever feels right. And it's a struggle deep inside when I've got this much talent that I just wish I could hide. And I'm overqualified. Just in general, no need to specify. And it's almost the last chorus and you're all in tears. You'll remember this day for many years. So come and sing it with me before I go. Wait, actually, I'm kidding. It's a solo. I feel so lucky that you're lucky to be here with me. And this isn't sweat, it's humility. And I thank you in advance for your kind words and all. I could never accept them, but no donation is to thank you all for coming. Hopefully you laugh. Either way, you'll never get this time back. This isn't HBO or Netflix, but it feels just the same. Minus all the money and the fame. Otherwise, it's super similar. Dramatic slowdown of the guitar. I don't even, oh my god, I don't even have anything else prepared. Oh, wait. Great. So, I've only lived in New York for about a year now. So I'm still trying to, I'm still kind of in that honeymoon phase of New York. What have I done? Oops. And so I'm trying to do, New Yorker things, right? Like I tried bubble tea for the first time. Or I signed up for a yoga class, downward dog or whatever. I didn't go, I just signed up. But then the other day, I was on a street corner crying. And I was like, I'm doing it. This is what this feels like. So I wanted to write a song to kind of commemorate this honeymoon phase that I'm having with New York. I like to think of it as the millennial Sinatra. But that's just me. And Spotify. Okay. And so I wanted to write the song, and I'm really gonna jump out of this humble persona for a second. If you know this next song, please sing. It'll make me look really famous. And that's what's important to me. So and I know my 4 monthly listeners are here, so I'm gonna need you to help me out. This is my song that I wrote about New York City, and it's called Can I Take It All Back? I started crying in public and talking to dogs like they're people. Turns out mace is illegal, what the hell? Sounds of Homer screaming in glee was misleading. Oh well, I'm lost on a grid, aren't I just a kid? Why did that coffee cost $12.25? There's shit everywhere, it smells like shit everywhere. That was an emphasis, not a rhyme. Why is it was a Jew joke. Don't worry, you're Jewish. Shalom. Showtime on the subway, finding out the hard way that the L train is Broadway. I've got a front seat. I need more money because bubble tea ain't cheap. And now, showtime is me. I'm so relieved that everyone's mean. It's just a mask for efficiency. But mostly I'm relieved cause I'm really mean. Here in New York I can just be me. Fuck you! Why are the streets covered in trash? Have they heard of an alley? Why do I have this rash? People are predicting my future and reading my aura. Got a caricature drawn, it was just the Torah. That proves that I'm Jewish. And that I got it drawn in Brooklyn. Shalom. Why does it seem that the key to fitting in is sadness? Nobody leaves, but they all seem to hate this madness. Are they masochists or just insane? Is it that I only came here for fame? Is that not gonna work? Like I thought. Cause like I was kind of hoping to be like I got here. And I woke up and it was like knock knock, who's there? SNL. It's okay, I can adjust. I'm flexible. What's on my shoes and what's in my hair? How do I see the same four people everywhere? I'm dodging debt and I'm tired cause no one sleeps in the city. All I know for sure is that it still smells shitty. It smells like shit everywhere. It smells like shit everywhere. It smells like shit everywhere. Thank you so much. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. Love you all. I feel delirious. I swear to God, I blacked out. Like, not actually, but that was so long. Were they okay? I wasn't sure if they were okay that I was still talking. Like, I swear to God, I was sitting there and I was like, I've been talking for so long. And then at some point I was like, has it been 1 hour or 9 days? Like, that is honestly my immediate thoughts, and everything was just like, first of all, I'm very thankful to everyone that came out. Thank you all very much, and thank you all for who's helping. That was crazy. Who let people talk that long? People talk that long every day for years? That's crazy, man. Thank you all very much.
With the ones growing up, with the ones getting